All right, class, guys, I appreciate you, the juniors, seniors, I appreciate you guys being here today. It's been, a week, 2 weeks since we've had SELs. But today, we're going to talk about one of the core competencies of SELs, which is social awareness. So what is SELs? This thing we've been doing all year long, right? We've been doing this School Connect program with you guys. I've been doing the second step with my junior high kids. And what we talk about, guys, are the core competencies of education. We're going to talk about, throughout the year, this year, or some of you back next year, we're going to talk about what these core competencies are, which include responsible decision making. I know you guys all understand what responsible decision making is. We're going to talk about relationship skills. That's not only with your boyfriend, girlfriend, that's with your parents, with your teachers, with your friends, and so forth. We're going to talk about social awareness. That's just being basically aware, where you're at, where you go to school, when you work, when you go out to the theater, when you go to church. Basically, the behavior, how you have to act, how you behave appropriately. When you're in school, you usually listen and you're not on your Chromebooks playing your games. Self-management, controlling our emotions, regulating our emotions, acting the way we're supposed to act when we're in school. And then self-awareness, being aware again of who we are, being aware of our emotions, being aware of what makes us tick, being aware of what makes us feel good, what makes us hurt. But today I want to talk to you about self-awareness a little bit more in detail than the other core competencies. So we're going to get into that. So what is self-awareness? Guys, it's about having an accurate understanding of who we are, an accurate understanding of ourselves. How many people in here today can tell me if they're feeling good today? Raise your hand. How many people in here came in a bad mood today? Raise your hand. Nobody? Just me? Okay. How many people came in here just feeling all kinds of weird emotions? You're teenagers. Nobody? Nobody? All right. Anyway, it's about being aware of who we are, being aware of ourselves. It includes knowing our strengths, what we're good at, knowing our challenges, things that we need to work on, knowing our values, the things that we believe in, the things that are near and dear to our heart, knowing our emotions, knowing when we're happy, when we're sad, when we're kind of just ecstatic, when we want to jump around, we want to hop around, we want to just act crazy. Knowing what our hopes are. You guys, a lot of you in here are seniors. Do you know what your hopes are for the future? Is there anybody here just dead set know what they're going to do? Yes, what are you going to do? Nurse practitioner. Anybody else in here know what they're going to do? How about back here in the back row? Keaton, what are you going to be when you grow up?
Yeah, where is Keaton?
Or whoever you are. What are you going to be when you grow up? A welder, right? All right. Easton, I'm sorry, Easton, my bad. Easton. Speaking of Easton, Tyler, right? What are you going to be when you grow up? Okay, besides that, what are you going to be when you grow up?
A plumber.
Okay. Yes.
Did all that wrestling give you CTE?
It did. What are you going to be when you grow up?
Well, I'm a carpenter.
Awesome. All right. So guys, it's our self-awareness is understanding our strengths, our challenges, our values, our emotions, understanding our hopes for the future. So when kids and when teenagers have stronger self-awareness skills, they're better equipped to do what? To succeed. Guys, when you know yourself, when you know all these core principles about yourself, you are going to stand a much better chance of succeeding once you get out of Sandoval High School, once you get out to Kaskaskia, or whatever university you go to, whatever job you go into. Whatever your plans are for the future, you're going to have a better understanding. So before we get into that, I want to play this quick video, and then we're going to get back into what I want to talk about, and I'll get you guys out of here. So bear with me here. I'm doing this on my own.
Who are you? No, really. Who are you? What do you believe? What sets you off? What motivates you? What makes you feel the way you feel? And why do you feel like that? These are tough questions that we don't always have the answer for. But with a little self-awareness, we can get to know ourselves better and thrive at home, in school, and in life. Yeah, that's right, life. But what is self-awareness, you ask? Well, let's talk about that. I'm Elvis. This is Rocket Kids. Let's get this started. You might hear people talk about self-awareness as an important skill, but what exactly is self-awareness? Simply put, it's the ability to tune into your own feelings, thoughts, and actions. It's about recognizing that how you act and what you say affects yourself and others. It lets us know that we are good enough, have value in this world, and helps us achieve our goals. I know, that's a lot to take in, but let me try to make it simple. Here's my 5 reasons why self-awareness is so important for all of us. Number 1, we can self-reflect. When something bad happens, or something good, we can take a step back and really think about the situation. See what we did right and see what we did wrong. We can see how we might handle that situation differently. Then, we can do more of what's right and less of what's wrong. So, think about it. Learn from it. Number 2, recognize our strengths and weaknesses. What are you good at? And what are you not so good at? When we realize this, we can begin to achieve greater and greater things. We can focus on those things we excel at and get help with the things that we know we aren't so good at. It's how we can reach our goals. But here's the best part. When we know our capabilities and strengths, we have the confidence to leave our fear of falling behind and say hello to the confidence to go for it. Number 3, manage our emotions. Understanding and recognizing your emotions is vital for your well-being. They are your body's way of communicating with you about what is going on. For example, if you've been let down, you may experience anger, fear, sadness. So, take notice, because people who are good at noticing how they feel can calm themselves down or adjust their behavior, are more likely to do well in life, have healthy relationships, manage difficulties, make better decisions, and overcome setbacks. If we can communicate how we feel in a way that others can understand, who doesn't want to be understood? Number 4, we consider others. Once you are skilled at recognizing your own emotions, managing them, and communicating them, you can help others do the same. When we are really good at understanding how our feelings affect mood, performance, and communication, we will be able to tell when the people around us are feeling a little bit off, and we'll be able to respond in a way that is helpful, not hurtful. Be helpful, people. And number 5, we can take criticism. In life, there's going to be haters. We can't control what others think. That's just how it is. We ignore haters. But when people have constructive criticism about what we do, how we act, or what we say in certain situations, we should listen. Maybe we can gain a new perspective and open our eyes to things we overlooked or never considered. It's not always easy, but learning to receive feedback with an open mind helps us grow into better people. Becoming self-aware is not easy, and there is so much more to know. So practice understanding you, and you will learn to self-reflect, manage your emotions, know your strengths and weaknesses, consider others, and learn from feedback. So, who are you? Hopefully, you're someone that smashes that subscribe button and likes our videos.
Alright.
Until next time, I'm Elvis, this is Rocky Kids, and remember to be your best self, because it's the only way to be.
Alright guys, so again, why is it important to be self-aware who you are? Because you want to be successful. Is there anybody in this room that doesn't want to be successful? Be honest. Everybody wants to be successful. Nobody wants to live with mom and dad forever. You want to get out there. You want to have that good job. You want to have that good home. You want to have that good significant other. You want to be able to go on those vacations, those trips, those ball games. Go do the things you want to do. Why do we come to school every day? One, because you have to. But the other reason is because you want to get prepared for what you have going on in the future. You want to know that you're going to be ready and well equipped when you get out there in the world on your own. So at a glance, to be self-aware. When we're self-aware, we're able to what? Recognize our emotions. You're teenagers. Sometimes your emotions get the best of you. It happens. Even at my age, emotions can get the best of you. You ever see me drive in city traffic? You'll see another side of me that probably is not school appropriate because I don't do traffic well. So I have to work on recognizing my emotions. Identify our triggers. Traffic triggers me. Traffic makes me say things I probably wouldn't say otherwise. But yeah, You guys got to know those things that set you off, those things that make you upset, those things that make you happy. But identifying our triggers, they help us better plan to how we're going to react the next time and make more responsible decisions regarding our behavior and our emotions. Empathize with others and take on another person's perspective, which helps us to resolve conflicts and build positive relationships. So empathize with others. Basically, you know what? You ever do that? Hey, I feel your pain. I get it. I understand what you're going through. That's being empathetic basically because of the fact that, you know what? We have went through it. Like you guys, I've sat in this building right here as a student. I get it. It's not always easy. It's not always fun. It's not always the best thing to have to sit there and listen to a guy like me up here talk. But in the long run, my goal is to help you guys get prepared for your future, just like all your teachers. I just hit the wrong button. That's great. All right. So between the ages of 15 and 24 months, that's when children develop this concept of self-awareness. If you guys ever had small kids in the house between those ages, you'll see that the kids start developing this. They start understanding that, you know, they're somebody, but they also are dependent upon their caretakers. Children who are self-aware understand their abilities, their interests, and their needs. Yes, if you don't understand those things, that's something you have to work on. Self-awareness is a skill, and it's learned over time. It's not just something that you pick up on. We continue to learn, and I still continue to work on my self-awareness. It's good for kids in grade school to start understanding their strengths and their weaknesses. Is there anybody here that does not know what their strengths are? I didn't think so. Is there anybody that doesn't have a weakness? Is there anybody that can honestly say they have a weakness, something that they would like to improve on? No hands are going up? There's a couple hands going up. How about you guys over at the gamer table? You got any weaknesses?
Get off the computers now.
All right. The guys back here going to make all the big bang in construction. What's your weaknesses?
I'd probably say my chest in the gym.
Okay. But you know why? Why is that important? Because the field you're going in is going to involve some heavy lifting. They're going to depend on you. You're the young guy going into it, right?
Wait, what did you ask?
Weaknesses. What are your weaknesses?
My emotions.
Your emotions.
Like on the basketball court.
Okay, I get it. All right, so being self-aware does have positive outcomes. It develops a growth mindset. That means that we are not giving up. We're going to continue to try to do our best. You know what? When I get knocked down, what am I going to do? I'm going to get back up. I'm going to try harder. That's a growth mindset. You know, I got to looking back at how many jobs I applied for back in my career and how many I did not get. But I didn't give up. I kept trying. And I finally, you know, I got there. I got the positions I wanted. But there was a lot of getting knocked down and having to keep working harder at it. But when we have this growth mindset, we see that, or when we are self-aware, we're able to recognize our strengths and we're able to recognize our weaknesses. We have the knowledge of self-awareness helps us to set goals for ourselves. Yeah, I think every one of you have one big goal right now, and that's to graduate high school. Right? Your immediate goal is to get out of here at the end of the day and go out and do your thing. But your long-term goal right now is to graduate high school. All right. If we weren't self-aware, we may fall into this trap of having this fixed mindset. Anybody ever been stuck in a rut, stuck in the snow, couldn't get out?
Yeah.
That's kind of an example of fixed mindset. That's you're not moving, you're not going anywhere, you're stuck. When you have this fixed mindset, you're basically stuck where you're at. You're not going to move forward until you develop that self-awareness that you want to grow, that you want to do better. Now, learning a new skill or overcoming a weakness may seem difficult, but with a growth mindset and with growth and comfort, having growth and comfort is not a thing that really truly exists. Growing and learning is not easy. It's not comfortable. So when it says growth and comfort, having a growth mindset and comfort doesn't coexist, it's right. Because if it was easy, everybody would do it. If it was that simple to walk in here and make $100,000 a year, everybody would do it. But it takes work. Our self-awareness reminds us that we're capable of more than what we can imagine, which means that we may sometimes have to do what? Step away from our computers, talk to real people, step out of our comfort zone and do things that we normally wouldn't do. Sometimes we'd step away from the basketball court and we have to actually go out and, do our jobs, do our work. Sometimes we may have to separate from our friends and go make new friends. Sometimes we may have to take the jobs that we don't want. Sometimes we may have to do the assignments that we don't want. Sometimes we may have to go meet the parents. That's stepping out of our comfort zone for you kids that are dating. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Guys, I promise we're almost done. We're almost through this. All right. Self-confidence. Who in here truly has self-confidence? Who believes in themselves? Okay. That is self-awareness. If you truly believe in yourself, that is a positive outcome, this topic we're talking about today, self-awareness. Self-confidence, we're more aware of our emotions. We're more confident that we can regulate our emotions. Yeah, we get upset. We have our friends, our peers that are having a bad day. They're going through a breakup. They're going through something at home. They're going through many problems that they don't talk to us about normally. But you know what? They can get through this. They can regulate their emotions. Now, as a teacher, I noticed that students who were self-aware of the knowledge and the skills that they were learning were more confident that they could do simpler and more challenging lessons. In other words, if you don't give up, you have this growth mindset. You keep moving forward, even when you fail. We're going to fail tests. Believe me, I've failed tests in my life. And I don't give up. I keep trying. I study harder. Because I want the prize. You know, want that money that comes with hard work, with an education. I want that summer off. I want that, just that satisfaction to know that I didn't give up and that I did the best I could do. All right, optimism. Although big emotions can be overwhelming, the ability to recognize them is the ability to recognize them is a positive step towards regulating our emotions. Guys, why is regulating emotions so important as young adults?
Because you can't act like a kid.
Yeah, you can't be on the basketball court screaming, cussing, yelling at the referee, can you?
Not everybody's
No.
gonna deal with it.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I said not everybody's gonna deal with it. I feel bad for you.
That's right. What happens when you guys work at Buckeyes? What happens when a customer comes in, they're just totally upset, and they're screaming, they're yelling?
Oh, we have coworkers that do it.
Yeah. Your customers might be up here, you have to be down here. You have to be able to have a little bit of social worker in you and be able to talk your customer back down. Because what happens if the customer's up here, I can't get this arm up real good, but we're gonna try, and you get up here, then what goes on? It's gonna get ugly. It's gonna get ugly. Yeah. Somebody's probably gonna get fired. But anyway, we have to be able to regulate our emotions in real life, in school, on the court, and we gotta take a pause for this announcement.
Karen Andrews, can you come to the office for just a moment?
All right, so students can feel optimistic about taking challenges on whether it is a conflict that made them feel angry or a homework assignment that was frustrating. And when we're self-aware, we can also recognize our own thoughts. Positive and yes, the negative thoughts too. You know what? We have negative thoughts. Sometimes we just don't like somebody. Sometimes we don't want to do something. Sometimes we do. Sometimes we want to do good in class. We want to do good in school. We want to do the best we can do. We don't make our parents proud, but we want to make ourselves proud. Parents can help their children better understand how to turn negative thoughts into positive ones by sharing out loud. In other words, a parent might say to their child, I was feeling upset because it was raining and I thought we might go to the park. But you know what? I'm just excited to be here in the house with you, spend time with you, maybe work on a puzzle, work on a project, maybe just hang out, talk, binge watch our favorite movie. So yeah, you know what? You turn that frown upside down and you make the best of it. All right, closing thoughts. One of the things I want to say, when I talked to the kids yesterday, one of the videos that we watched, because I had to change this up for what I'm doing today, but it talked about, instead of having this why attitude, have this what attitude. Instead of, as a teacher, why are the kids so loud? Why are they so distracting? Why are they always interrupting? Instead of saying why, my attitude should be what? What can I do to get the kids engaged in conversation? What can I get the kids engaged in to get the kids engaged in the lesson? What can I do to get their interest? So I have to throw out that why attitude because that's negative. And I have to put in that what. What can I do better? What can I do to become the best I can be? So when we talk about self-awareness, we're talking about our flaws, our beliefs, our desires, our strategies, our personality, our intentions, our characters, our feelings, our dislikes, our values, our likes, our motivations, our goals, our habits, our tendencies, qualities, our thinking patterns, our perceptions, thoughts, and passions, even our weaknesses, our mood, our sensations, our needs, and most importantly, our emotions. Guys, I appreciate you. Can you hit my button for me? We're going to close this out here in a second, but thank you. I want you guys to think about